Good morning, everybody. I hope you're having a great Saturday morning. This morning, we're bringing back our very first guest that we ever had on Saturday Morning Cartoons. But first, don't forget to go down and subscribe to Custom Life Pro on YouTube, and then go and get you some Saturday Morning Cartoons merch. It looks awesome. We have 2 different colored logos. We have sweatshirts, coffee mugs, t-shirts for kids and adults. I feel like that they're a really good material. And so first let's roll the intro, and then we'll get to our very special guest. Let's go. Let's welcome a very special guest from Ohio, Mr. Melvin Lehrner.
Well, good morning, Sawyer. So glad to be with you, and so good to see you.
Yeah, you too. So first off, can you introduce yourself? Where are you from? Where do you live now? How long you have been in insurance, and what did you do before insurance?
Okay, well, again, my name is Mel Lehrner, and I'm in Cincinnati, Ohio. I've been in the insurance business a little over 3 years. I started with the Jackson Agency at Symmetry Financial Group, and happy to be here. Prior to that, I was in the automotive industry for 41 years. I know I don't look that old because I'm still a kid, but I was there for 41 years. At the end of my career, I was a consultant and would go into car dealerships and dealer groups and help the owners improve their productivity and profitability. And that was my job, whether that be a department, whether that be a store, or whether that be a whole dealer group. My expertise enabled me to help them and successfully.
Nice. How did the car business lead you to wanting to be in the insurance business?
Well, what happened was I retired from the car business in December of 2019, and I was going to take January and February of 20 off, which I did, and then COVID hit in March. So I'm sitting at home thinking, how much can I watch Saturday morning cartoons? So I studied my butt off and got an insurance license. But before doing that, I was getting these little postcards in the mail about life insurance. So I invited somebody into my home, and I ended up buying 3 insurance policies. And then after that, I saw advertisements for Symmetry. And next thing I know, Alex Jackson's calling me, and we're interviewing, and then I started the process. So because of COVID, I didn't get my license till late June of that same year. There were no there were no places to go or do it online. And as soon as that became available, I studied and passed my test, and here I am.
Well, how has it been for the last 3 years?
Well, I've enjoyed it. It's a journey, like anything in life, and the amount of what you get out of it is the amount of what you put into it. Without the input, there is no output. The amount of activity and heart and guts and determination determine the results that you're going to get. But I think I've been successful. There's different, everybody looks at their career and their journey differently. The way I've set mine up may not be the same as the next guy, but I'm happy with what I've done. I mean, I could do more. There's no question about that. And but I'm not only helping a lot of families, I'm also building a business, and that there's two sides to it. So but to answer your question, I'm happy with what I've done. I could do a lot more.
So you're saying that you're going to stay in for as long as you can,
Yes, I am. And what's nice about this opportunity is you
and
can do as much or as little as you want.
you can work from anywhere in the world.
Yep, like right now, I'm in my
You
home.
have internet.
That's right.
Um, Speaking of working anywhere, um, with Symmetry, because my dad and my parents get to go on a bunch of trips if you earn them for doing APV or stuff like that. Where have you gotten to go with Symmetry?
Well, in my 3 years, I've earned or won three trips. Two of them were to Cabo in Mexico, and then the other one was a leadership conference that only certain people were invited to, and that was in Asheville, North Carolina.
I think I
There's
was
been
there.
there's been other trips, but those were earned or won.
Was the one in Asheville, North Carolina? Wasn't that around springtime?
Yes, that was a
Yeah,
leadership conference, and yeah, I was in springtime, and that's
I,
the first.
I was there with you.
Oh, that's right. That's right. That's the first time I've ever been to Asheville. That's a beautiful city. Beautiful.
Yeah, we stayed in a very nice, like it was like a duplex basically. It had a it had a very nice like you know how you can get like burrito bowls from Chipotle?
Yes.
They had sushi bowls. So you would get sushi rice or whatever rice you would want, and then you could get like whatever toppings you want. You can get like seaweed on top, like the seaweed, like the squares of it. And then and then it's literally in a bowl like you would get from Chipotle, and then you would just eat it.
Well, that sounds good.
And it was right next to our duplex. And then the next morning, whenever we were waiting for our Uber, um, we went over there and got some soda since it was so hot outside in North Carolina. It was
Yeah.
like it felt like it was like 90 or 95 or 80.
Yeah. That was a good trip. I stayed right next to the venue there in the Cambria, which is really nice.
Yeah. Well, I have some more questions for you.
Fire away.
What are your favorite things about being in the insurance business?
Well, the freedom of being able to work at my own pace from my home. Like you said earlier, you can do this from anywhere as long as you have internet and a cell phone, and you have the ability to help families. So I like that. I like the association and the company that we're with, which is Symmetry Financial Group, which is probably the finest uh, business that I've seen in my lifetime. The founders, the way they set this up, is just so powerful and so insightful. And man, are they ahead of the curve as far as the industry? The impact that Symmetry has had has impacted the whole insurance industry, and that's a very old industry, hundreds of years old. And because of Symmetry and the amount of applications that are coming into all these carriers, they've had to adapt and overcome themselves. They've had to hire more underwriters, more office staff. They've had to change their applications, not just the paper signatures, but now there's electronic signatures and text signatures and voice signatures, and the ease of completing the application. So they've affected the whole industry, and these carriers, these major insurance companies, have had to adapt as well.
Yes. Um, uh, I agree with all that. I feel like that they have a lot of, um, well, just if you go to a conference like we did in Nashville, or a conference or something where symmetry is at, and it's like symmetry's hosting it, there's gonna be probably 10 or more carrier booths just out there.
And they're all the best in the world. I mean, Mutual of Omaha, Forestry Financial, John Hancock, Americo, American Amicable. I mean, the list goes on and on and on, and they're all A-rated, well thought of, well seasoned, 100 years plus old companies, and just deep in assets and credibility.
Yeah, I got another one. What is something you have learned about yourself while being in insurance?
Well, that's a good question. What have I learned about myself? Just the ability to do it. The ability to learn, and the ability. My daughter used to make fun of me, and because the test was hard, the state exam, she says, "Dad, I can't believe you were able to pass that." So a nice compliment from my daughter. Not, but just fun. But yeah, the ability to learn new things. I'm a paper guy. I do everything on paper, and I've learned to use computers more than I ever had before, and learn new systems that Symmetry has, and so I've adapted and I've overcome and I've learned.
Nice. Is there anything specific that you've been able to use to help you hire people in your business?
Yeah, the first off, the hiring of people is a mindset. There are those at Symmetry that just want to write business and be an insurance agent and make a good living at that. And there's nothing wrong with that. But Symmetry, in addition to that, with all those A-rated carriers that I just mentioned, give you the ability to build your own agency, your own business that you own. And as time goes on, all your efforts are being rewarded because that's yours and not someone else that you're working for. Like when I was in the car business, I was making the owners wealthy, although I was well paid, but they were the ones gaining the wealth. But here, you have the opportunity to build. And what assets have I used, to your question? And I live in the Symmetry leads, the people that apply to Symmetry Financial Group. We have a CRM, a customer retention management tool, and you can go in there, click on recruitment, and there are leads in each and every state. And as you said earlier, not being limited to any state because we can do this from anywhere, you can hire people from anywhere. I prefer to hire people in my own state because they're in my time zone and for meetings and ease of ability to get to one another if we had to. So I use the Symmetry leads in Opt, which is our CRM, and that's where I'm finding all my recruits.
Nice. Here's a bit of a funnier one. Has anything embarrassing happened while you were on an appointment?
Uh, embarrassing. No, not really embarrassing. Funny. I mean, when you're dealing with people, all kinds of odd circumstances. But I don't know if anything embarrassing that for me personally. I've heard other stories of other people. But listen, I like to make the appointments fun. I like to get to know the people. I've made a lot of friends in the 3 years in helping people, and And I think that's what's enjoyable. But as far as embarrassing, no, a lot of funny incidents, but nothing embarrassing.
Nice. Um, what challenges has insurance presented?
Well, the same challenges that were in the car business, the automotive industry. When you're dealing with people, you're dealing with people. There's everyone wants to be successful, but are they willing to do the work to be successful? Everyone wants to go to heaven, but nobody wants to die to get there, right? So again, what you find are people that, oh, I'm so excited, and then all of a sudden you never hear from them again. So that's frustrating, but it happens. And then there's ones that are so excited that really are do everything that you ask them to do and fulfill their own goals and promises, and to make them help them be successful. Very, very rewarding.
Nice. Um, what's some tips that you would tell people that are just getting started in this business?
Well, a couple things. Sorry, my dog's over here. They're barking in the background. Anytime anybody walks by, they're doing their job. But what I would tell new people starting, number one, if I'm your mentor, if I'm your, listen to me. Not because I know it all, but I'm willing, if I don't know it, to take the time to get the answer on their behalf. So to listen to your mentor, plug into the system that Symmetry has created, because there's nothing finer out there. And they Symmetry provides you with the resources. Then you have to make the mental commitment to do the activity, to build a schedule for yourself, and to follow the Symmetry system, which is in place, because all those coming before me did exactly that. And if they're still here, they have some level of success or they wouldn't be here. So to follow the system that Symmetry is set up, be willing to listen and to hear and to be coachable, and then to actually do after the discussions, actually do what was said to be done.
Nice. Um, here's one that about like goals and stuff. What are you most excited about for 2024?
Well, the opportunity to rock this thing out, to build a company, to build a business, to do some personal production more than what I've been doing, and to just keep moving keep keep trudging up that hill on that journey. You know, the it is a journey, and life does not go like this, right? It's not a smooth journey, life and work. It goes like this. So the idea is,
Ups and downs everywhere.
yeah, but instead of making it more like this, to make those changes maybe a little more consistent. That the highs aren't as high and the lows aren't as low, but just good, hard earned, consistent performance. And that's what I'm excited. But I'm excited about seeing where I'll be a year from now as far as this opportunity. That's the fun of it. I know where I was, I know where I'm at, and then I want to see where I'm going. But in order to know where you're going, you got to know where you're at.
All right. Here's another one. And the follow-up question with that: what are some goals that you're hoping to accomplish in 2024?
Well, my goals are, as far as personal production, maybe I would say not maybe, um, I would say $250,000 in APV, as you said that term earlier. And for those that don't know, that APV means annual premium volume, and to help 250 families, and to build a team. I would like to have, by the end of 2025, 25 riders, and also by then to have achieved agency owner status. What's nice about Symmetry and unique to Symmetry and not unique to the rest of the industry, when you become an agency owner, I'm a key leader right now, and that's the step before agency owner. So I'm on my agency owner run, and there are benchmarks how to get there. I won't take the time to explain that this morning. But once you hit that agency owner, that becomes your business forever and ever and ever. If you were to die, God forbid, that does not revert back to symmetry, to the corporation. That is your family's legacy in perpetuity from then on. All that passive and residual income would flow to them versus symmetry saying, well, the guy's dead, we're taking that back. And that's very unique. And that's a wonderful opportunity because once you hit agency owner, then you go up those levels of leadership and really participate in the ownership success of Symmetry's success.
Gotcha. Well, that's all my questions that I have. Do you have any for me?
I do. So what are your now you are 11 years old
Yes.
and you were in what, sixth grade?
Fifth.
Fifth grade. Okay. And do you like it?
Mhm.
Are
Yeah.
you doing good? Are you doing good?
Yeah. I've A's and B's.
Well, great. Raise your right hand. Tell me that's the truth. Okay. Do you love your mom and dad?
Yeah.
All right, good. Those are my questions.
Yeah. Um. Well, that's all my questions, and I don't have any more.
I'll tell you
So,
what, I'll ask you one more. Do you like the insurance industry? Are you planning on seeking a career in the insurance
um,
industry?
yeah, I am.
Okay, that's fair. A lot of 11-year-olds, a lot of 20-year-olds, a lot of 25-year-olds, and I'll go as far as 30-year-olds don't know what they want to do. So for you to have established that at late age 11, woo, you're ahead of the game.
Yeah. Um. Well, we're right at 22 minutes, so we're gonna go ahead and I have a outro that I started. Um. Well, now they're tired from barking. So I have an outro that I started doing. Um. So so we say SMC out and we do nucks to the camera. All right, ready? 3, 2, 1. SMC out.